Stephen Mill here, and I'm joined on Zoom, since it's these bizarre times, by the chairman, Ross MacArthur. And I'm joined because we have a very special announcement with to do the Pars supporters who have raised such an amazing amount of money, and we've hit yet another amazing milestone of £50,000. So first of all, Ross, your reaction to that, and I'm sure there's a few thanks you'd like to give out as well.
Yeah, no, that's an unbelievable achievement in such a short space of time, Stephen. I think that must only be 7 weeks since the initiative started. So to reach £50,000 is magnificent. Again, should I be surprised by the support of the Pars fans? Probably not, but it's still unbelievable. And to think that this was a fan-led initiative, that everybody got together themselves to do it, it's just incredible. And I've said on many occasions already, I'm really, as chairman of the club, I'm really humbled by that everybody mobilised themselves in the way that they did and raised such a huge sum of money for the club, which will help us over the coming months, because there's unfortunately still a lot of big challenges to be faced. So again, obviously, I'd like to thank first and foremost support the Pars committee members who worked tirelessly behind the scenes. And also, it was great actually watching some of the initiatives that were put in place to raise money. We had Big Owen Vaughan Williams with his painting, Pars TV with all the matches, Kenny with his auctions and various other things. But what really got to me, I think, was the young boys like Jake and Lewis, where they were doing things on their own account, raising money for the club, and just to see the passion of young supporters like that, it reminds me of me when I was their age. Just thinking that much about the club that they want to go out and raise money. Oh, it's fantastic. So yeah, huge thanks to everybody.
It's a colossal amount, and just to give us a little bit more insight, Ross, where will this money be going? Is it just purely to the day-to-day running cost of the club? Because obviously there is no or little income coming in at the moment.
Yes, Stephen, it'll just it'll go in. I mean, cash is king at the moment. The more cash that we keep within the club, we've closed the club. A lot of our staff are working from home. The ones that can still work, we've furloughed a number of other staff. So we've cut our costs down to the bare minimum. But we need to keep cash in the bank to pay the bills that are coming in. We're continuing to pay everybody on time that we need to. We're not deferring anything. We're making all our commitments as we go along, but we've got to try and keep as much cash in the club as possible, because, as you say, we're not going to have any income for a good number of months yet. And the big decision at the moment is when we put season tickets on sale. I mean, morally, I can't put season tickets on sale until we know, where we are. I mean, we know we'll be in the Championship, but we don't know who will be in the Championship with us, how many games we'll have, over what period. So, we'll need to take a view on that, but I don't want to put season tickets on sale too early. But I've got to try and get the happy balance with it all. But that's where, again, the money that's been raised gives us some breathing space. So it's hugely valuable.
As we all know, these are unprecedented times, and you touched on it there. We don't even know when the season's going to restart. It might be August, it might be September, it might be October. It's just about making sure that this club survives in a wider context, that Scottish football still survives as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's where you literally cannot get too far ahead of yourself, because things are changing by the week. I keep saying it, but we just got to keep calm. You can't predict the unpredictable. And there's no point getting too far into working out plans for the future when you don't know the basics of when the season will start. If we knew when the season will start and in what format, then we could back plan from that. But yeah, there's still a lot of uncertainty. But again, that's where another huge source of income to us, which is valuable as well, as the Centenary Club Lifeline. And it's important that we don't overlook that, because that income that's coming into the club, makes a big difference, and that will help us over the next few months. And I've seen the huge uptake in new memberships or people rejoining the Centenary Club. And again, I thank everybody for doing that. And I thank the Centenary Club Lifeline Committee, who work very, very hard behind the scenes, to keep the whole thing ticking over. And that's another huge source of income for us. And that's where we're very lucky as a club that, we have that security of that regular income. And then over and above that, the supporter base can go out and raise £50,000. So, again, it's just another sign of the togetherness that we have at our club.
Yeah, I was going to say that, Ross, because obviously you were at the forefront of, Pars United back in the day as well. You remember those days. I was not going to say fondly, but you certainly remember them. And it just shows again that the Pars supporters, in its time of need, Dunfermline, do come together and do what's needed to make sure that this club continues on.
Yeah, and I genuinely mean that when I say that. I am humbled by what people do for the club. But that is we have tried to create a togetherness, in and around the club. Always looking out for people. Nobody's taken for granted. Yeah, we have our ups and downs on the pitch, and results go up and down. And I get the heat more than most. I understand that, and that just goes with the territory. But you try and look after people and deal with people in the right way. And I think if you can build that type of respect, then people will come out and help you when you need them. And certainly, the Pars community and the wider community in West Fife have once again stood up and were counted here. And as I keep saying, I just can't thank everybody enough, because it just gives us the breathing space that we need over the next few months. Because again, as you rightly said, Stephen, there's still massive challenges coming our way.
Yeah, finally, Ross, I was going to touch on that. It's a difficult time for everyone. Football is, as much as we'd like to think it isn't the most important thing in the world. There are things going on in the world that are just a lot more important at this moment in time. But it is important that people, have a little bit of something to look forward to. So hopefully we'll be back up and running sometime soon, and we'll all be back at East End Park in the not too distant future.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're all striving for. And I think Scottish football now needs to come together and work as one to try and get football back in this country safely, so it protects the players, the supporters, the backroom staff. But yeah, we're in the middle of a worldwide crisis, and there's thousands of people sadly dying in the country and our local community. And sadly, we've seen that firsthand at our own club in the last few weeks. With Bob Lawson sadly passing away. We had the tragic circumstances of Jordan Burt's partner Shannon last weekend. Prior to that, before the virus, I can think of Ian Doig, who's a massive Dunfermline fan as well, who was probably, I think, our first ever season ticket holder. He sadly died just before we went into lockdown. So it puts football into perspective. So yeah, there's far more important things at the moment than football. But I think what football does, as we've seen over the last few weeks, it brings people together, it brings communities together, and it gives people something to look forward to, Stephen. And I think that's what we need at this moment, something to get back to normality. And I think football can provide that. So fingers crossed we can get that back sooner rather than later.
Well, thanks very much for joining me, Ross. I hope you're staying safe up there. And hopefully we'll be all back at East End Park sometime soon.
Cheers, Stephen. All the best.